me welcome all of you once more to this Yajna. This is our third night. We are seeing, if you are joining for the first time, we are seeing Samudra Manthan. Samudra Manthan is one of the most powerful and moving stories of the Bhagavad Purana. It is the churning of the Milky Ocean. And today let me tell you a little bit about the symbolism of this Milky Ocean. While things may be historical in their content, there is no reason why those same things cannot be the source of great inspiration, great teaching, great guidance, and the shining light to lead us on the path of virtue, to lead us on the path of spirituality. So while there would have been somewhere in the cosmos the churning of a Milky Ocean in some loka, because the number of lokas are countless, limitless in number. So while the historical event would have transpired in the past sometime, there is no reason why that cannot serve to be a source of inspiration and teaching for us. It is said that those, you have heard now, those people who are bright, they learn from the mistakes. They learn from the mistakes that others make. Those people who are bright, they learn from the mistakes of others. Or those people who are wise, they learn from the mistakes of others. So if we look at historical events, we can learn from the mistakes of the past, and we can also learn from the good things of the past, you see. So don't ever think in your mind that the churning of the Milky Ocean, and why I brought up this topic is because of this. Don't think in your mind that the churning of the Milky Ocean is some, as Western authors and all such people, they claim it is a mythological shastra, mythological stories and all that kind of thing. Never entertain that type of thought in your mind. I'll tell you something. You know what is slavery? What is slavery is not when the master has the person under subjugation and is making him do as he wants, means making the slave do as the master wants. That is not complete and total slavery. Slavery is when the master has gone away and the slave still continues to do as the master bidded him. That is slavery. I mean, that is complete slavery. The master has, say what a fellow in India, there are people in India who make oil out of mustard seed. You know this mustard oil? Mustard oil, you know. Karwa tel it's called. This mustard oil, they get the seeds from the garden there and they put it in a big chaki. And the chaki has a long pole connected to it like that. And they tie a bull to that pole. And the bull goes on walking right around that chaki whole day. With a long pole, he's turning that chaki. So the bull is walking in circles all day. All day. Walking in circles like this. Around that chaki, turning the wheel. And when the master let the bull go in the evening to graze, the bull grazes in a circle just like that. The master is gone. There's no chaki, there's no pole or anything. But the bull's still going in grazing in a circle. When the master has gone and the slave continues to do as the master had bidded. Had bidded or bidden? Bidded. Huh? Bidded. Bathe. You see? Bathe sounds like bathe, B-A-T-H. Bathe. Anyway. This is English language, I tell you. There is no rhyme and reason. You know how? PUT is what? Put. BUT is what? BUT should be boot. If PUT is put, na? That is English language for you. Sometimes you don't know why, but it is like that. Anyway, so when the master has long gone and the slave continues to do as the master had bade, that is called as slave. You know why? Because the master has now replaced the mind of the slave. He has replaced the mind of the slave with his mind. You understand? So he need not be there anymore. Sahi ki nahi? He need not be there anymore because he has replaced the mind. So, whatever things that have been handed to us by the unfortunate historical precedents that we are subjected to, that we have to make sure that we wipe out from our mind. Wipe it out. Any trace of colonial influence. You have to be or reclaim your culture and your heritage and your tradition. Reclaim your inheritance of the great culture of the rishis. This is a very, very important thing. And you know, we all have been sold the idea. We all have been sold the idea that what the colonial powers propound and propagate is what is sound and solid and what is good, isn't it? And let me tell you something. The Western powers and the Western colonial powers, they are like bats flying in the daytime. Bat flying in the daytime, see, it is said they see nothing. Because they themselves don't know when there will be a recession, when the economy will collapse, when it will go up, where it will go. Nobody knows. And we are all sold on the idea of Western economic progress and all the things. But nobody knows how it works. So we should be very careful as to what we buy in what we take in our mind. And learn to stand independent, self-dependent, chart your own course by what? Shruti Praman, Shabda Praman, by the dictates of our scriptures, whatever guidance the scriptures give. So I was telling you now, the churning of the Milky Ocean is there, and what they say, the people who went into India from the West, they say, no, these things that the Hindus talk about, that thing is mythological stories. It is myth. Somebody made it up. And we buy the idea also. And our own writers who write books, they also now write in their books the myth of the churning of the ocean. Our own people. That means to say, the master is gone, but he has changed our mind so that we ourselves say it is myth. You see that? If, as a person from the West, like our Max Muller goes into India, as happened in history, right? And in the West, the ideas you have is the Lord created the world. The Lord created the world. And in India, that idea is absent. And he sees a word like Srishti, Srijati. He sees that word in Sanskrit. He only has one English word to translate that Sanskrit word into. And that is what? Creation. He has no other word because in his culture, there is no other idea. In his culture is a paucity of ideas. And he's restricted to a puerile, simple little childish idea. And because he's restricted in his ideas, he's restricted in his words, when he goes there and he sees such a great and lofty word that was thought out by thousands of years of philosophical insight, thousands of years to come up with that word, srishti, srijati. He cannot understand. And such a great word, he translates into such a poor English word. And we buy Max Muller and not our own. Because Max Muller, in conjunction with the British, changed our mind. And Max Muller called it mythology. We also call it mythology. And whether it is Indian or African or whoever is living in this country, everybody has been subjected to the same onslaught. And, you know, it is a wonderful thing. People go on saying, you know, you ask somebody, so you're not going to the satsang tonight? No, I'm not going. Why? I changed my mind. I changed my mind. It would have been a good thing if we could have really changed our mind. Because right now we have a British mind. Huh? And we also say like the British and say like, no, that is mythology. That is not true. It did not happen. There's some story. Huh? So the churning of the Milky Ocean, you should never hold for one moment in your life that this thing did not happen. What we see in our world, I told you, is but only a minuscule part of this universe. And whatever is going on in this vast, limitless universe, we could never ever fathom. We do not have the intellectual apparatus to fathom that thing. So, when we say we are studying the churning of the Milky Ocean, we hold very clearly in our mind that this is something which transpired somewhere in this universe with different types of classes of beings, because we are not the only beings. Listen here, even here in our earth, right? How many species of beings are there, and how they live, how different creatures live in this earth itself. And scriptures talk about so many countless universes, it means worlds everywhere with so many different types of beings and all that. You see? So, we are just a minuscule part, and what we see is only a small fraction of this universe. It is said that our world, with all its stars which we are seeing here, they are existing on only one eyebrow of the Lord. How many stars you see in the sky? Millions and trillions of stars, and all of them are like our sun. And all of this put together, they are all existing only on one eyebrow of Bhagwan. Imagine. I don't know what you call eyebrow or eyelash. This one. Eyelash. But all you're lashing me whole night tonight. Anything I say. Okay? Eyelash. So, this churning of this Milky Ocean, I want to tell you tonight about the symbolism. And as I said, historical events also have symbolic value for us. We can learn lessons from them, right? So now, what it symbolizes for a spiritual seeker? It symbolizes what is called in Sanskrit as vichar. Vichar. Churning of the ocean. Now let me tell you on what this thing is built. Churning. In India, even today, there are people who churn milk to get butter. When you churn milk well, you get butter. There's a principle there which happened. You know, like for example, I heard a nice story of a frog that jumped, two frogs that fell in a bucket of milk. Now, you know, if a frog falls in a bucket of milk, poor fellow, he cannot come out of there, isn't it? He will swim, and then... So one frog told the other one, well, I have seen this in the past. Many frogs have fallen in liquid like that. And they died. So what to do? No chance now. We'll have to die. So the first frog who said that, he stopped trying to come out and he died. The second frog went on. And it is amazing how that action has the capability of churning the milk, and the milk turned into butter, and the butter became a solid surface now. And with that butter, out, because it is something solid. So from the milk he churned out. But and of course the story is told to encourage, perseverance. To encourage perseverance. But I'm telling this story for another reason. And that is, there seems to be so many, not seems to, there are so many rules and laws built into the structure of the universe which we don't know about. Is somebody one day would have churned milk and realized that it turns into butter. But there has to be some law governing that which nobody would have known. There has to be some law there, na? Some law which says if you churn the milk, it will turn into butter. The butter will be extracted. Somebody would have discovered it. Just like Einstein discovering this, or Newton discovering when an apple fell on his head or something. So, the universe has so many laws and so many wonderful principles built into the universe which we don't know about. So the ancient civilization of Bharat discovered this thing. And when they churn milk, they get butter. So now symbolically, that thing is used in this story. Bhagavan tells them to go and churn the ocean. And when they churn the ocean, so many things will come out. So the ocean is our consciousness, our mind, conscious mind. The Milky Ocean is our conscious mind. And vichar means constant reflection, constant contemplation, rumination, pondering, thinking. In other words, we hear in the West, think, constantly think. Look, that should also be clarified. When we say think, people think, but they think about the wrong things all the time. Well, there are a few classes of people. One class, they don't think. Second class, they think, but they think all the wrong things. Third class, they think only sometimes. And the last class is they do real vichar on the right thing. They think about the right thing and they go on reflecting on that. It is said that you could live for a few weeks without food. You could live for a few days without water. You could live for a few seconds without air. But without thinking, you can live for lifetimes. The human being, he doesn't like to think, and he lets everybody think for him. But vichar is something which is, do you know what does Shastra say? Avichara krito bandha vicharena nivartate. It means to say that it is because of the absence of thinking, we are all bound in this world. We are bound by Maya because we do not think. And the moment we start thinking, Maya takes a flight. We don't think in the right direction. You know, in Indian wedding, how the Indian wedding goes? Let me tell you. Here is the Dulhan's house. In Trinidad and Bhojpur, we say Dulahin. Here is the Dulahin's house. Right? And Dulaha is coming with the barat there. Well, one well-dressed gentleman, you know, he showed up. He's looking swanky. Coated, booted and suited. So, the Dulahin's father is thinking that man came with the Dulaha's side, with the Bharat. And the Dulaha's father is thinking that this fellow is from the Dulahin side. Right? Well, this fellow is existing because there is ignorance on both sides. So he walking about, eating, drinking, everything, and looking for the best. So at one point, the Dulahin father went and spoke to the Dulaha's father. Hey. And he pointed to that gentleman. This fellow came with you all, and this fellow seems to be a well-mannered and well-dressed and everything. Who is he? When the Dulahin's father inquired from the Dulaha's father, who is this man, and pointed to him, the Dulaha's father, he himself doesn't know. So none of them, this fellow saw the two of them talking and one pointing and the other one. Really? We better inquire now. From him only. By the time they search for him. Gone. That is Maya. And Maya takes a flight when we do inquiry. And the scripture says we must do inquiry. So the one who doesn't do inquiry is called avicharakaha. Means he doesn't do inquiry at all, doesn't think. Think about spiritual matters. Go deep into it. We are coming into a new century, we are coming to a new century. And if we do not come of age, we'll be left behind in the firmament. So we have to make sure that we exercise. Some people say, Swamiji, I have little brain only, If I think, it will get used up. If it gets used up, then what I'll do in my old age? And look, in your old age, in any case, it will go. So now that you have the opportunity, think. And the more you think, it doesn't get less. It becomes more. The exercise of the brain is so essential. So we have to go on thinking. Vicharena nivartate. The Maya will go away only when we do vichar. Otherwise, we are bound in the Maya forever. So now the churning of the Milky Ocean is thinking, vichar, constant thinking over the right point. Now we'll see more of that as we go along in the story also. I'll explain that in more detail. Now, last night when we left it, what was there? All the devatas, including Brahmaji, Lord Shiva, Agni, Vayu, Indra, Ityadi, all of them went and they propitiated Lord Vishnu, and Lord Vishnu came out there and showed himself to them. And again they did second praise. Again they did second stuti. And then they told their problem. Of course, Bhagavan knew their problem already. What was their problem? Indra and all the devatas had received a sharp from Durvasa Muni, that all of them will become old. Now see, the sharp of the devatas, that is our sharp also. Is our sharp or not? We all become old and get disease and weak and everything, and we same thing. So what the Lord tells now is what we are supposed to see today. A solution for their sharp. Bhagavan gives advice, and we are supposed to see that. Okay. Before we see that, let us all sing this wonderful bhajan, which you know, and let me tell you what it says. It speaks about chanting the name of the Lord. This bhajan speaks about chanting the name of the Lord and how important it is. The Kabir Das Ji's bhajan. I like Kabir Das Ji because Kabir Das Ji doesn't hit with a little hama like this. You know the little tabla hama? Hathora? Yes. That little hathora he has there. Tang, tang, tang. Kabir Das Ji hits with a sledgehammer. Not just any little. It means Kabirji is one of those sages who tells things as they are. And many of us, we try to be a little modest, and we try to be, have sympathy, and try to tell things in a more watered down way and that kind of thing, so that it doesn't hurt anybody and all that, right? But Kabirji says, no. So one day somebody asked our Gurudev, so what are you trying to do? Brainwash us? Gurudev said, yes, your brain needs a guru washing. No. Because they have so much of things we have picked up, undesirable things. So Kabirji is like that. He tries to knock out from our head all the wrong notions and ideas and understanding and all that. So he says, Naam Hari ka japale bande, my dear friend, chant the name of Hari. If you don't, फिर पीछे पछित आएगा. When the time comes, we will be sorry, because we will not be able to chant, we will not be able to do anything, and we will say, oh, that Swamiji was telling, I don't know why I did not do it. तू कहता है मेरी काया का गुमान क्या? You say, this is my body, right? You say, this is my body. But who is the master and who is the slave now between you and the body? That's the question. Who is the master and who is the slave? You see, when you say, this is my car, right? So if you turn the car right, the car goes right. If you turn the car left, the car goes left. So because you are the master and the car is the slave. So you decide or dictate where the car will go. But this body and me, who is the master and who is the slave? When the body says in the morning, 1 more hour sleep. The alarm clock ring, and then you go, ta-dam, quiet. 1 more hour. And 1 hour leads to how much? Yeah. And Vedic chanting at 5 o'clock, it doesn't come. 5:30. At 5:30. So, the body becomes the... See, let me tell you something. People work for who? For their body, We work because we want to get nice food so that when we eat, Lambodara. Big. One fellow, he went by the doctor and the doctor saw his belly had come out, He said, bad, not good. You have to start watching your weight. What is this? After 2 months, he went back by the doctor again. His belly was twice as big now. The doctor said, what is this? I thought I told you have to start watching your weight. He said, yes, doc. I put it on right in front of me, I could see it. But people work for their body only. Nice clothes for the body. Your mind wears clothes? Your mind doesn't wear clothes. Nice clothes for the body, All sorts of nice perfumes and, the different things. And rich food. So like that, the human beings go on working only. See, in the old days, just sit down on a bull cart, right? The bull cart made out of planks. Hard bull cart, and the road also bad. So when the bull cart, no spring and shocks in that, When the bull cart go down in one of the hole, ta-dam! You also bump. Good there was no ceiling. Because if there was if a roof in that bull cart, if there was a roof, then... So, it's the body that sits on the bull cart. So no, the human being works and builds a nice car and puts air condition, soft seat, shocks, spring in the seat too. So he gets a nice, smooth, all for the mind rides on the cart. But the body is sitting on the cart, the mind could be elsewhere. The whole effort of the human species is for this body. So the Kabirdaji is asking, who is the master and who is the slave? Body is the master or the slave? The body is supposed to be like a car, right? But the body has become the master. The body dictates. Chand sa sundar ye tan tera. And we treat this body like a piece of the moon. We treat our body like a piece of the moon. We love it too bad. माटी में मिल जाएगा, he says. अंत में, आखिर में, ये तन कहाँ जाएगा? माटी में मिल जाएगा. It will end up in the earth. Though we treat it so nicely for 80 years, it will end up in the earth. वहाँ से तू क्या लाया बंदे? When we are coming in this world, what we brought? Nothing. यहाँ से क्या ले जाएगा? When we are leaving, what we will carry? Nothing again, he says. मुट्ठी बांध के आया जग में. When we came, our hands were like this. You know, little baby, when they are born, you see their hands like this. मुट्ठी बांध के आया जग में. हाथ पसारे जाएगा. And when we are going, our hands are like this. Both times empty. जपना है तो जप ले बंदे. Now we have the opportunity to chant the name of Bhagwan. So now, chant. आखिर तू मिट जाएगा. In the end, we'll die in any case. We'll all die. So now we have opportunity. Chant. कहता कबीर सुनो भाई साधो, करने का फल पाएगा. We will only get the results of the good actions which we do. And chanting the name of the Lord is such a great action that we can engage in. Huh? There is nothing more sweet in the world than Bhagwan's name. What to talk? Later on we'll sing also. Bhagwan himself is sweet. And his name is so sweet also. Each time we open our lips and we say the Lord's name, how many negative karma phalas we are removing from our life. Each name we say. Okay, now see this. नाम हरि का जप ले बंदे, फिर पीछे पछताएगा रे, फिर पीछे पछताएगा.
नाम हरि का जप ले बंदे, फिर पीछे पछताएगा रे, फिर पीछे पछताएगा.
तू कहता है मेरी काया, काया का गुमान क्या.
तू कहता है मेरी काया, काया का गुमान क्या.
चांद सा सुंदर ये तन तेरा, माटी में मिल जाएगा.
चांद सा सुंदर ये तन तेरा, माटी में मिल जाएगा.
माटी में मिल जाएगा.
नाम हरि का जप ले बंदे, फिर पीछे पछताएगा रे, फिर पीछे पछताएगा.
नाम हरि का
जप ले बंदे, फिर पीछे पछताएगा रे, फिर पीछे पछताएगा.
वहाँ से तू क्या लाया बंदे, यहाँ से क्या ले जाएगा.
वहाँ से तू क्या लाया बंदे, यहाँ से क्या ले जाएगा.
मुट्ठी बांध के आया जग में, हाथ पसारे जाएगा.
मुट्ठी बांध के आया जग में, हाथ पसारे जाएगा. बंदे फिर पीछे पछताएगा रे फिर पीछे पछताएगा नाम हरि का जप ले बंदे फिर पीछे पछताएगा रे फिर पीछे पछताएगा
कृष्ण कन्हैया लाल की जय. Okay, so now Bhagwan is giving advice to the devatas what to do. This advice, don't think it is for somebody in somewhere other lok. It is for them as well as for us. The advice which the Lord is going to give now. Now see that some of you have this sheet. We continue from yesterday's sheet also. You don't lost it already? Oh. Yesterday we left so many verses, na? You have to finish that also. Shri Bhagavan Uvacha Hanta Brahmannaho Shambho He Deva Mama Bhashitam Shruta Vahita Sarve Shreyo Vasyat Yatha Suraha Yat Danavadaite Yaihi Tavat Sandhir Vidhiyatam Kalena Nugrihitaihi Yavadvo Bhava Atmanaha Hanta Brahma, oh Shambho. I don't know in Trinidad what we say, but these are two nice Sanskrit expletives. What is that? One is a Hanta, and the other is Aho. They are particles of exclamation or surprise or greetings or. Oh, in Trinidad we say, hey, where you say? Like that. I think that is the equivalent, or something of the sort. Hanta Brahman, Aho Shambho. Lord Vishnu, who's appeared because he's seeing in front of him. Lord Shiva also is there, and Brahmaji is there along with all the devatas. Oh Shambho, oh Brahmaji, you came. Like that. Hanta. Hey Deva, oh Devas. Mama Bhashitam Shrinu, listen to my words. And the Lord is telling all the time. Where Vyasi writes in his Mahabharata, I throw my hands up in the air and I keep speaking to humanity, but nobody is listening. So everywhere in the scriptures you see this word Shrinu. Shrinu means listen, and we have to listen very well. Bhagavan Sri Ram tells Lakshman that you have to listen with all your presence. All facets of the personality has to be present in your listening. Shrinuta avahita sarve shreyo va syat yatha suraha. That's what I am going to tell you. If you follow, it will bring the greatest results for you. Shreya. Shreya means the highest rewards. The highest reward that we can have in this world is called as Shreya. So if you listen to me properly, Shreya, Shreyo is there, because the Sandhiro has become Shreyo. So listen to me, and it will bring to all of you great, 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 great benefit. Now see. Please, if you were not here on the previous days, you will be a little bit lost. Durvasa Muni had given a sharp to the devatas. And the devatas who do not know what is old age, they do not know what is hunger, they do not know what is disease, they don't know any of these things. In Swarga where they live, there is no such thing. Suddenly all of them, because of the sharp now, they started becoming wrinkled, grey, they started becoming sick, weak, and the asuras came, means the bad guys or the enemies. Let us say the enemies, bad guys, good guys, and all. We only make all those judgment. Their enemies came and routed all of them. They all ran away from there. The enemies led by King Bali, great Mahabali, that great Daitya king, leading them, came and beat out all the devatas and chased them out, killed so many of them and all. And so they ran helter-skelter. And eventually they went to Brahmaji. And then Brahmaji took them to Lord Shiva. And they all now went to Lord Vishnu to propitiate him. And this is where we are. And now Lord Vishnu comes and says, okay, now listen to me. I know your problem also, he said. He knew everything. And he could have solved it with a snap of the finger also. But if Bhagwan did everything for us, what we will do? Everybody goes to Bhagwan. Bhagwan, do this now. Bhagwan, give me that now. Everybody goes praying to the Lord for all sorts of things. So if Bhagwan is to do everything, what we will do? Nothing. The Lord says, okay, I will do everything for you, no problem. But give me back your hands and your feet and your eyes and everything. If you give me back, I'll do everything for you. You will give? No. So the Lord gave us all that we need already. And we have to get up and put our hands to work. So the hands that work and the hands that serve, they are holier, it is said, than the lips that pray. You do something. We have to get up and do something. Only pray, pray, pray. Nothing will happen. Let me ask you a simple question. There are two people. They are going to write an exam, right? One of them is an atheist, and the other one believes in God, right? The first one is an atheist. He believes no God or nothing. The second one is a believer in God, right? The second one says, I believe in God. I am not going to study. When I go there, I will only pray to God. And the second one, who nothing of God, he sits down and he studies his work. He burns the midnight oil. When they go to write the exam, who will pass? Well, let me give you some bad news. The man who believes in God, he passes nothing. Because prayers do not pass exams. What pass exams? Studies. Don't be fooled with all of this cheap religion that is sold to you all the time. You do this, you pray, pray, pray like this, you will get this, you will get that, you will get the other thing. So people who buy that kind of cheapness, what they don't get all the illness and they don't get all the other things that other people get. They get. That is cheap religion. Don't buy that kind of thing. We say, look, little children could teach you this, One little fella and his sister, they're only 10 years, 9 and 10. They lived 15 minutes away from the cinema. Like how you have here drive-in movie theater? 15 minutes away they lived. And the movie is starting at 12 o'clock. And at 5 to 12, they're still home. So now the distance is 15 minutes. And 5 to 12 days, they only have 5 minutes. So here is the little fella. Well, we heard in the temple recently that anything you want, if you pray hard to the Lord, He will give it to you. So we have to get there in time. So let us sit down here and we'll pray hard, he tells his sister. Lord will take us there. Here is sister. I have a better idea. Let me pray hard, but let me run like hell too. Who have the better idea? Yes. That is Hindu philosophy. What? You work hard and also pray. Anybody who only believes in this praying, that fellow is going nowhere. That is called cheap religion. But we are not going to sell you any such cheap thing. You pray, but make sure Bhagwan is telling Arjuna, you have a problem, right? Sit down and pray. That's what the Lord is telling. Tyakto tishta parantapa naitatvayupapadyate kshudram hridaya daurbalyam Where this unmanliness has come in your heart all of a sudden, cast it out and get up and do your work. What is this? That is the spirit in which the scriptures thunder their messages. Not just you go, no, no, no. So we have to get up and do something, huh? Like that. So Bhagwan could have solved that. It is written there. We saw last night. With a snap of the finger, he could have solved that problem. But no. He's going to tell them what to do. And this message of the Lord ripples throughout society. Huh? We are also guilty of the same thing which the Lord is teaching us. We should not do. We are guilty of it all the time. I'll show you how. See, I don't know for other communities because I never lived in another community or belonged to another community. But you see this Indian community? Oh, wow. You know what Indian people say all the time? No, Swamiji, who are working for? I'm working for my children. Are hoarding and aggrandizing and building and saving and all. For who? Children. So you are doing all the work for the children. What they'll do? What the children will do? Well, they'll lie. Hang out here and there, squander, play the fool, right? Because they have everything made on golden platters. Now, if you really see the scriptures and see what guidance it is giving, Bhagwan could solve their problem easily, but he makes them work. And when you worked and you built, in that process, you became strong, you became independent, you became a pillar in your own right. And when you work and give them everything, then you are denying them the opportunity to work and to make themselves strong and become a pillar also. They're not pillars then, they are like bacano leaves. Right? And so, everything that you gave to them, they're gone easily because they don't know the value of things. They have not worked for it, you see. You know how many stories are there everywhere? Look at this. A man was sitting in the park, on a park bench. And he saw a butterfly coming out from a cocoon. And one of the wings had already come out from the cocoon. And the butterfly was struggling to take out the second wing. And the fellow felt sorry for the butterfly. He said, bechara. Poor thing. He's struggling to take out his second wing. And you know what he did? He opened the cocoon and he allowed the butterfly's second wing to come out. And he waited for a little while. Meanwhile, there were other butterflies around. They were coming out from the cocoon and they were flying away. This butterfly, he stayed there. He stayed for a minute, 2 minutes, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 20 minutes. The fellow could not fly. All the other butterflies were coming out and flying away. So an old man was passing, So he said, what are you looking at? This butterfly. I helped him also to come out from the cocoon and still he cannot fly. He said, "Bhai, when you think you are helping, you actually did a disservice to the butterfly. Because in the struggle of that wing to come out from the cocoon is when it develops the strength and flight worthiness. That struggle gives it strength to fly. And you opened it and you denied him that opportunity to struggle. And since he did not struggle, that wing did not develop any strength. So he only has now one good wing, the first wing that had come out through struggle. And that is how we should bring up children in this world. Make sure that we give them an opportunity to struggle so that when they also grow up, they will become strong. When you put everything on the plate for them. The modern way of bringing up children come out, throw their clothes there. throw shoes there, throw bag there. Mother comes, beta, how many times I tell you, don't throw it now. And the mother goes and takes it up. Right? In our days, the father only did like that. Man, you didn't only pick up your clothes, you pick up everybody's clothes that was there. Correct or not? I mean, so it is we ourselves who are making a weak future generation. So Bhagwan is not going to do that. You devatas, even though they become old and wrinkled and grey hair and weak, you have to work. So now listen, I'm going to tell you. Yatadanavade deyahi. Now it is the time, this is a very important thing also. Now it is the time of the asuras. Their time is reigning now. You know, there is a time for everything, you know. How our karmas unfold. They unfold in different ways. So we have what we call as up times and down times. So Bhagavan is telling right now the time is such that it is the up time for the asuras and it is the down time for the devatas. That is true. Eh? The life is like that also. I mean, you have seen from your own life. There's some days everything going well. Other days, anything you do, it fails. So they are up time and they are down time. He said, now is it up time for the asuras and down time for the devatas. So therefore what you do? Tavat sandir vidhiyatham. You go and you make friends with the asuras. He tells the devatas. Go and make friends with the asuras. Tells all the gods. Make friends with them. Kalena nugrihitaihi. And when the time has become favorable for you, everything will be fine. Because karmas have to work out. See, we commit our own karmas, na? So when some bad karma starts working itself out, what you could do? You can't do anything. You just have to wait till it. People say, no, Swamiji, you mean I could go and do a graha puja, you know. But the graha puja will not remove karma. You can do the graha puja, which is advisable also. That's fine. But it will not remove karma because nothing in the world removes karma. What it does, it softens the impact of the karma. In other words, like suppose somebody is coming to hit you a blow on the chest, where you could put a pillow or not. Well, you better find one fast. It means it softens the blow a little bit. Huh? Or, even more than that, look here. There are some people in the world, if you tell them one little thing, it hurts them. And you tell that same thing to another person and it doesn't hurt. Have you seen that? Some people are hurt so easily. Any little thing you tell, they misinterpret and they become hurt. And there are other people, they are thick-skinned. You know, thick-skinned? Anything you tell, that bumps off like dashin leaf. Anything you tell doesn't do anything to them. So with the different types of method which we have, like Grigraha Puja now, the karma is coming, it will come all the same, you can't stop it. But you will have the strength to bear it. You say, okay, it is my karma only. And I bear it gracefully. But the person who doesn't do the puja or doesn't do the make some preparation, when the karma comes, it is unbearable for him. So there is benefit in it also. Eh? So now, Bhagavan is telling that now your all devatas, all your bad karmas are coming. And the asuras also, they have good karmas. Now it is their time. So go and make friends with them. And after some time, your time will come. This is it. Now see, this is number, I don't know if you have numbers on your page, number 20. Arayo pihi sandheyaha sati karyartha gaurave Ahimushika vaddevaha hyarthasya padavim gataihi. Bhagwan gives a most wonderful advice here. You know, in nowadays, in international relations or in negotiation and bargaining between big groups, you know, like for example, the whole workers' union is bargaining with the government, or you have one country negotiating with another country, and you're having so much of international relations going on all over the world. All of the science of all such big things, they are there in Shastras also. Here Bhagavan is telling, for the achievement of some greater goal, karyartha gaurave, for the achievement of some greater goal, my dear devatas, arayopi hi sandheyaha, you should go and make conciliation or friendship with your enemies also, for the achievement of some greater goal. Many times in the world, this is what exactly has to be done, which is written in Shastras also. When Hitler attacked everybody, people who were hitherto enemies, they came together to ward off Hitler. Because it is the achievement of some greater goal, you see. Prior to that, they would have been enemies, but they still came together to ward off Hitler. So Bhagavan is telling, there's some greater goal that you want to achieve. Now you go, O Devatas, go and make friendship with these Asuras. I'm using Asura word purposely. I don't want to use this demon word, you know. That is not a translation of Asura. Again, the Westerners who went into India, they translated like that. So it is just, you know, in every society you will have government and opposition, isn't it? So it's just the opposition like that at the time. So go and make friends with the Asuras. Right now in this country, people are not taking that advice, the advice of the Shastras. In the country, people are not. Right now, this country needs the cooperation of both the government and the opposition to bring about constitutional reform in Trinidad and Tobago. But nobody is paying attention. Just for the sake of what? Opposing, you know. Not for any rational, logical reason. Just for the sake of opposing. If they bring anything, we'll oppose. And when this side change, when they switch, again same thing. Bhagavan is telling, Arey, for greater good of the nation, for greater good of, you know, posterity, for society, for the world, many times the people who are on the opposite side, we have to become friends with them. We have to form some union. We have to have some cooperation. In Sesame Street, they teach cooperation. Isn't it? Big men running the country don't know the simple thing that they teach in Sesame Street. So Bhagavan is telling us a very simple principle of life, which is ubiquitous. It is seen everywhere. Just I don't know how it doesn't appeal to the sense of people. And he gives an example. Ahimushikavat o devaha. Ahimushikavat. Ahimushikavat means like a snake and a rat. Snake and rat? Ahimushikavat nyaya. Bhagavan himself is giving. Ahimushikavat means once there was a snake that was caught by a snake charmer. You know snake charmer, that fellow? Like this. The snake was caught by the snake charmer and kept in a basket. So through a little hole in the basket like this, the snake could see a rat outside. So the snake hissed something to him, you know, and became friends with him. Now snake and rat, they are mutual enemies. Rat doesn't like any sight of snake. So the snake became friends with the rat. And after becoming friends, he influenced the rat to bite a hole in the basket. Because, see, I only have 2 teeth. You have a full mouth of teeth. You please bite a hole in this. And the rat bit a hole in the basket. And the snake bolted out. Bolted out? Slithered out. The snake slithered out of that hole and ran out. Not ran out, so now slithered away. I tell you, this language is like that. Look here. Have you ever heard? The feet smell and the nose run. Have you ever been your nose running? Right? And the feet smelling. But this is a peculiar thing. This nose supposed to smell and the feet supposed to? But this is the language. So somebody talking from their car, and they're talking to somebody home. I'm riding in the car there. Yeah, I'll be there soon. I'll be there soon. But right now, I am out of gas. I have to go and get some gas. So it will take me 10 minutes more. But that is English language. I'm thinking out of gas. You mean the car is out of gas? He say, I am out of gas. But he looking fine. But the language is structured like that, you don't know. But anyway, the snakes took off. That's a safer word. Thereafter, they went back to their natural state. So to achieve some goal, sometimes you have to make alliances. That is the idea. Huh? Mahatma Gandhi ji used to love this principle of scripture. That to achieve something, I have to also befriend. I want the British to leave us friends. Even though they are our enemies, they are the ones who have subjugated this nation for 200 years, and they are our enemies. I have to negotiate with them. I have to come together with them for a greater goal. I don't want the loss of lives. All sorts of reasons. So like that, Gandhiji used to practice this principle all the time, which Bhagavan is telling all the devatas now. Ahimushikavad devaha hyartasya padavim gataihi. Now you make friends with them and you will achieve something greater. Amritod padane yatnaha kriyatam avilambitam kriyatam avilambitam Yasya pitasya vai jantuhu Yasya pitasya vai jantuhu Mrityugrasto maro bhavet. He said, now you make friends with them and you churn the milky ocean. And from that milky ocean, he said, Amrito padane yatna. By your effort, Amrit will come out from that milky ocean. Amrit will come out by your effort. The key word there is by effort. Yatnaha. Kriyatam avilambitam. Means don't waste time. Now, how many wonderful lessons for life. One is work. Get your hands busy. Put effort. That is Bhagavan is telling them. Second thing, don't waste time. Kabir Raji says a nice thing at one place, you know. Kal kare so aaj kare. Aaj kare so ab. It means what you have to do tomorrow, do it today. What you have to do today, do it now. Don't, Bhagavan is telling same thing here. Huh? Kriyatam avilambitam. Don't waste time. Don't, in Trinidad language, don't lahe. Yasya pita. That amrit which will emerge, the one who drinks that amrit. Where jantuhu, any being, mrityugrasto amaraha bhavet. Even if that person be in the jaws of death at that moment when he drinks it, that person becomes immortal. even if he be in the jaws of death, Yamraj himself, and he drinks, he becomes immortal. Now, the idea is, through the churning, the person will discover his immortal self, which is Satchit Ananda. By doing that reflection, contemplation, again and again, vichar, thinking, the person will come to discover his immortal self. And even if he was at the point of death at that time, he will gain immortality. This is the symbolism there. So Bhagavan says, you have to churn this ocean and bring out that Amrit. See, now one more thing. It is not that the Amrit is not there already. The Amrit is already there. When they churn, then only it will come out. But one more thing. Kshipasva kshedadau sarvaha. You chanting from the same paper I chanting from? Kshiptva. Hold on. Kshiptva kshiro dadhau sarvaha. Virut trinalatau shadhihi. Manthanam mandaram kritva. Netram kritva tu vasukim. Sahayena maya devaha. Nirmantadhvam atandritaha. Kleshabhajo bhavishyanti. Daityayuyam phalagraha. Kshiptva kshiro dadau sarvaha. Go and throw into the ocean, into the Milky Ocean, or offer into the Milky Ocean what? Virutta trinalatau shadhihi. All medicinal herbs and plants and vines and all such things collect and go and offer into the Milky Ocean. And manthanam mandaram kritva. And out of the Mandara mountain, you make a churning rod. And vasukim to netram kritva. Make vasuki, that snake, into a rope. Make vasuki into a rope. And you churn. And Bhagavan tells a nice thing now in the next line. What is that? Sahayena maya devaha. I will certainly help you in this whole venture. In this whole exercise, I will be there by your side. I will help you. And you know, whatever we put our hands to do, and we are busy with our hands, if we do that thing earnestly, Bhagavan is always there to help. That is the Shraddha and the faith we should have. The Lord is always there. But you can't just sit down there. You know, it is said in Sanskrit, Nahi suptasya simhasya pravishanti mukhe mrigaha. Mrigaha means a deer. And suptasya simhasya means a sleeping lion. So the sleeping lion is there and he opens his mouth. So he only sleeps all day and he opens his mouth wide. So his wife asked, what are you doing? He said, well, I'm keeping my mouth open here. A deer will come into my mouth and I'll eat. He'll eat? Mar jayega. He will die. No heat. Means he has to get up and chase the deer, isn't it? So in the same way, Bhagavan says, you get up and do, and I will be at your side. When you fall, I'll be there to pick you up. But you have to do. Tell the child that also. Tell whoever. They have to get up and do. Our nation has become a nation where the state is now supporting everybody. And people do what? Nothing. That is called a socialist state. Socialist state, where the state provides everything. And what you do, you do it for 25, 30, 40, 50 years, you create a dependency syndrome. And people develop the attitude of a right. I have a right to money from the state. And if the state doesn't give, well, come out and block the highway. Means I have a right. Because you have been giving me for 30 years, how suddenly you could stop? So we create weak dependence by these type of things. You see? If Shastras cannot be read to understand current social issues, that Shastras also is not in sync with what is going on, then Shastra is useless also, isn't it? Becomes useless. It has to be read and interpreted and reinterpreted to match and to answer current issues. Shastra is telling that we have to work. We should not be dependent on anybody. We have to work. We have to be productive. We have to make our contribution to the upkeep of society. Don't take things for free. In the old days, in Rishi culture, if you give a Rishi something free for nothing, no, he had dignity in his heart that I have to work for this thing. You see how the Rishis live. Suppose he gave a discourse, and when he's finished, somebody offers him food. He only takes that much food which he wants, and the rest he says, only this much I want. I'm going to survive by this. And he made his contribution to society. Even the Rishi made his contribution to society. What about ordinary householders? We all have to make our contribution to society. And we should have dignity in our heart. Never I will take something without properly working for that. For that thing. That is a dignified human being. I'll not take it without working for it. So we have to, all these principles are practiced by Mahatma Gandhi ji. So he tells, Sahayena maya devaha. Oh Devas, I will help you. And now see what help I'll give to you. How wonderful. Nirmantadvam atandritaha. Means to say, I will help you with all your fatigue. You will be atandritaha. Tandrita means fatigue. Tired, weary, but I will take away all your tiredness. Means I will give you so much of energy and zeal and enthusiasm. You will work and you will never feel tired. But a person who is inspired by God like that, that's how he works. Yeah? Our Gurudev used to sleep 4 hours outside 24 hours. 4 hours. The other 20 hours is working. Gandhiji also. Because they are inspired by God. So they go on working relentlessly. There is no stopping. Klesha bhajo bhavishyanti daityam yuyam phalagraha. This line, no, this is a controversial line. Let me tell you that. All the hardships and difficulties will be borne by the asuras, but you all will get the results. Bhagavan telling. That sounds kind of contradictory, isn't it? Controversial also. Prabhu, what type of thing is this? That is, from the beginning itself you're unfair, isn't it? But you mean the asuras will do all the hard work and devatas will get all the result? Well, don't be so fast to judge Bhagwan. Huh? Whatever the Lord does, remember, He's Sarvagnya. Sarvagnya means what? He knows everything. So Bhagwan knows from the beginning itself that the devatas have some good karma stored up and they are going to get the result of that good karma. And he knows that these asuras who stole, like Ravan, who stole everything, who go on stealing everything everywhere, who go on taking unfairly. When you take unfairly, so today you take 10, tomorrow you will lose 100. When you take one unfairly, you will lose 10 in its place. So Bhagavan knows the karmas of the asuras and he knows the karmas of the devas, because he is called Sarvagnya. He knows, omniscient, he knows everything. So the line has to be understood. Don't think that the Lord is being unfair. He is just telling because he can see, he can see what is going on. You have Divya Chakshu, no? Divya Chakshu means he can see. Oh, the devatas have some bad karma coming for them, which they took unfairly in the past, now they have to pay back. So they will work here now, they'll churn the Milky Ocean, and they'll put out so much of effort, and they'll get nothing. And the asuras, and the devatas, they have some good karma coming. I mean, they did something good in the past, and they did not get the result. Now they are going to get it. So he says, so Bhagavan can see when that will happen. We don't know. But the Lord knows it is going to happen. So the asuras will put all the effort here now. Klesh, not only effort. Klesha bhajo bhavishyanti daitya. They will also have all the difficulties. He sees, he can see so clearly in the future, and you will see tomorrow. Bhagavan he could see so clearly. Tomorrow in that thing you will see now. Exactly what the Lord is saying. And you see, listen here. A person's own karma gets him where he is. But these fellows, the asuras, their karma are so bad that even when they have a good opportunity, they blow it and they make the wrong choice.